So it's taken me quite a few rounds of packing, unpacking, repacking, trying out new configurations of luggage, etc., to finally get packed for my Trans-Siberian Russia trip, which is going to be a 40-day trip, and will cover 2 climate zones. It's going to be fall in some places, and then by the time we reach Moscow towards the end of our trip, it's going to be winter. So I had to pack extra clothes on this trip, because typically my suitcase is never this stuffed at the beginning of a trip. Like, this is just like, there's like no room left for anything. So zip it inside. Well, let's do the outside first. The outside, I have 2 pockets on the outside. I love this suitcase. It's my Eagle Creek Orf trunk. It's a 22-inch suitcase that can go in the overhead compartment. So on the lower outer pocket, I have my toiletry bag. I don't have a fancy toiletry bag. I just use a Ziploc bag. And all my stuff goes in here. And then for this trip, which I don't typically have to bring along, I have 2 pairs of gloves. One is a knitted pair that my cousin Kim gifted me, and then the other is actually a fleece pair of, they're like gloves that have a cover over the fingers that you can use as mittens. And then here is my upper pocket, or my trusty rubber slippers. These things have been with me through hell and high water. In fact, when I did my village trek through Mali, I had to walk across a lot of rivers and streams, which required me to take my sandals off and then put them back on. And after a while, I got sick and tired of doing that, so I actually walked through Mali in these. So inside the suitcase, top layer is just a bunch of junk stuff. These are, I've got 2 of them. One is in this backpack, and the suitcase, and the other's in my backpack. These are collapsible bento boxes, which I think are going to be really useful on the trip. So it comes with a fork spoon combo thingy, and then these collapse, and they open up. So we can actually eat with them, and we can also use them for food storage. And they collapse down, so they're really super handy. This is, I haven't bought a guidebook, oh gosh, probably in like a decade, but I splurged and got this Trans-Siberian handbook. If you're doing the railway, this is a must, because you can see how many pages I've dog-eared. I'm bringing this along. I always have a stash of tea. So now we're down to the nuts and bolts. So my clothes, I have bringing with me 6 pairs of pants. 3 are hiking pants, which I will wear during the day. Then I have 2 sort of loungy pants for the train and for when we're in our apartments and stuff. And then I have 1 pair of pajama pants. I'm bringing along 4 shirts, 4 long sleeve, 2 which are like fleecy ones that are a little warmer, and then 2 short sleeve shirts. So I can do a lot of layering if I do. And then on top of that, that's just underwear. And then on top of that, I'm also bringing a nice sweater. You can't really see it. I'm not going to pull it out either. It's a nice little sweater for the night when I go see the ballet performance at the Bolshoi. And then here is a long black knitted skirt, which you need to wear if you're a woman and you want to go inside any of these Orthodox churches. They require dress skirts. My pills, these are in the suitcase for now. They'll go in my purse later on, maybe. Actually, just one set will. And this is the one that I probably will put in my purse, which is, as you see, Pepto and Imodium. For when that bad tummy stuff. These are all the other ones. I'm missing some Tylenol. I have to go back and, oh no, Tylenol's in here. There's Tylenol at the bottom. See, that's Tylenol. And then here are the other sort of ones that I generally don't ever use these, but they're just in case. And if I do use any one, it would be the flu medicine if I come down with some aches and pains. This blue bag is my laundry kit, and in it is a laundry line. It's just the length of rope that I got that we use as a line, and then a bunch of different types of clips, which we use to clip our laundry to the line. And for the train, because we'll be spending, I think we have 3 overnight rides. 3 or 4 overnight rides, I can't remember. But these are chamois cloth type travel towels. So they're very light. There's a bath-size towel and a face towel in there. And then for this trip, and really just for this trip, when you're doing train rides, sometimes there's no room in your compartment to put your suitcase in. I had that issue when I was riding the California Zephyr from Chicago, Illinois to Emeryville, California. I actually had to leave my suitcase in a common area downstairs. And if you're ever worried about someone stealing it, then this is a good thing to have, which is just a simple coiled bike lock. This is a 4-foot long bike lock. It's just a deterrent because obviously if someone really wants to, they can cut through and take your suitcase. So the idea is that you strap it to the metal handlebar on your suitcase, and then that to whatever pole you can find. Then my suitcase has this long inner pocket, and inside are a headscarf, which you also need, women also need if they're going to go inside churches. I have my trusty REI hat. I have a small little rain jacket, believe it or not. And I've got reusable bags. I have a flashlight, and I have, what else do I have in here? Something else rather. Anyway, there's a bunch of little odds and ends that are in here. Oh, and my ankle brace, because I'm always like spraining my feet on trips. And then at first I was going to pack everything into this spinner bag that I got, but then I realized that, well, it seemed like it was a lot of hassle and not really worth it. So in here I have actually a bunch of stuff, but it's mainly my gear, my camera and laptop gear, but a bunch of other stuff. Because it's cold weather, I have to carry a fleece jacket. So in here there's a fleece jacket, and then there's a small down jacket and a bunch of little odds and ends that are really for the camera and laptop gear. So things like the adapters, the electrical adapters, SD cards, my chargers, etc., etc. So they're all pretty much in here. I also always bring along a spare camera because after Ethiopia, when I dropped my big DSLR camera, I realized it's good to have a spare one. Oh, and I also bring a lot more collapsible bowls, but you can see it's stuffed to the gills. And I also have my 2 water bottles. And then this is a neck brace, a neck pillow actually. But it's not really a pillow, it's like a brace. It looks really cool. So it's a lot lighter weight to carry around than a neck pillow for the plane. So anyway, I am packed. It is stuffed. There is like no room for anything. Oh, I forgot the really important stuff. So back to the main suitcase. You see those 2 orange bags? This one is my hiking sandals and 3 pairs of socks, one of which is like a long woolen pair. Uh-oh, I already have a hole in the mesh there. Then this one is our food bag. And I'm hoping that by the time we make it through most of the trip, this bag will pretty much collapse down to nothing, which will free up some space in the suitcase because right now it is stuffed to the gills. So I am packed. I am ready to roll. So counting down the days.